Agile Human Resources at Zappos. Zappos, an e-commerce company known for its unique culture and strong customer service, faced several challenges that necessitated its shift toward agile practices and principles. Founded in 1999, Zappos quickly gained a reputation for its excellent customer service and supportive work culture, but as the company grew, so did the complexity of managing a large workforce with diverse functions and a rapidly expanding customer base. Challenges before holacracy. Zappos faced significant challenges prior to its adoption of holacracy in 2014. These challenges stemmed from traditional hierarchical structures, rapid growth, and the necessity for adaptive leadership strategies in a changing marketplace. One of the primary challenges Zappos encountered was the limitations of a conventional hierarchical organizational structure. As the company expanded rapidly in turn of the century, maintaining effective communication and decision-making processes became increasingly difficult. Employees found themselves navigating a web of approvals and bureaucratic red tape, which stifled creativity and responsiveness. In an industry driven by consumer trends and preferences, the inability to act swiftly hindered Zappos' capacity to innovate and meet customer needs promptly. Another critical issue was the retention of the company's unique culture amidst this rapid growth. Zappos had built a reputation for prioritizing employee satisfaction and delivering a wow experience to customers. However, as new employees joined the company, integrating them into the existing culture proved challenging. Many new hires struggled to adapt to Zappos' values, leading to a dilution of the culture that had been carefully cultivated over the years. This cultural dissonance posed a risk to Zappos' brand identity, which was closely tied to its employee-centric ethos. Additionally, Zappos faced increasing competition in the online retail space, particularly from larger, more established players like Amazon. The traditional corporate structure was not conducive to the agility required to respond to market shifts. Zappos needed a way to empower employees to take ownership of their work and make decisions without waiting for top-down directives. This necessity for agility prompted a re-evaluation of the organizational structure, as the status quo was no longer sufficient to maintain Zappos' competitive edge. Moreover, Zappos' leadership recognized the need for greater accountability among employees. In a traditional hierarchy, accountability often trickled down from upper management, which could lead to disengagement among lower-level employees who may feel disconnected from the decision-making process. This disconnection led to a lack of initiative and reduced motivation. Zappos needed a system that would foster individual responsibility and encourage employees to take an active role in their work. Challenges of growing big. As Zappos grew in size, it became increasingly difficult to manage traditional hierarchical structures. The company's initial structure worked well when it was a smaller organization, but with expansion came challenges related to coordination, communication, and scalability. Employees found it harder to navigate the bureaucratic layers, and decision-making became slow and inefficient. Zappos operates in the highly competitive e-commerce and retail industry, where constant innovation is necessary to meet shifting customer preferences. As competitors increased their focus on customer experience, product variety, and speedy delivery, Zappos had to adapt quickly to remain competitive. Zappos has always prioritized customer satisfaction as its core value. However, maintaining this customer-centric approach at scale became challenging. Agile principles, with their emphasis on continuous feedback, close customer collaboration, and iterative development, aligned well with Zappos' dedication to customer service. One of the most distinctive aspects of Zappos' culture is its focus on autonomy, transparency, and employee empowerment. Zappos understood that empowering employees was essential for innovation and customer satisfaction. Internally, Zappos faced growing frustration with rigid processes and communication silos. These barriers limited employee creativity and slowed down problem-solving efforts. Zappos transitioned to Agile. In 2014, Zappos embraced Agile principles to enhance its flexibility, responsiveness, and customer-centric focus. The journey to agility was particularly influenced by the company's commitment to delivering exceptional customer service, which required a dynamic, adaptable structure capable of responding rapidly to changes in customer needs and market demands. toward Agile and Holacracy. Zappos first began its Agile journey by adopting a controversial and innovative organizational framework called Holacracy. This approach removed traditional job titles and hierarchies, replacing them with a more flexible structure of roles. Holacracy shared similarities with Agile in that it emphasizes distributed decision-making, transparency, and flexibility. Each employee at Zappos was empowered to take on multiple roles and self-organize around tasks. This shift was aimed at empowering employees to take ownership of their work, experiment with ideas, and directly contribute to the company's strategic goals. By eliminating traditional management layers, Zappos also hoped to foster greater accountability and encourage faster decision-making. This change helped align Zappos with Agile's core values of collaboration, individuals and interactions, and adaptive planning. The structure also encouraged transparency by making the responsibilities and expectations for each role explicit and accessible to everyone within the company. Customer-centric approach to agility. Zappos' commitment to customer satisfaction has been a core driver of its Agile implementation. In an Agile organization, customer feedback is integral to decision-making and product development, and Zappos adopted this philosophy to enhance its service standards. Agile practices like regular retrospectives and frequent feedback loops allowed Zappos teams to gather insights directly from customer interactions and use this data to make iterative improvements to processes and customer service strategies. For example, teams at Zappos focused on continuous improvement and daily stand-up meetings to review their performance in customer service and identify areas for improvement. This regular feedback helped Zappos refine its customer experience, often leading to quicker resolutions of customer complaints and the development of innovative service ideas. By putting the customer at the center of its Agile practices, Zappos had maintained its reputation for exceptional customer service while enhancing employee engagement and satisfaction. The Agile transformation brought significant benefits, including a more motivated workforce and a more responsive service model. Employees at Zappos felt more empowered to experiment with ideas and were encouraged to think creatively. This environment has supported Zappos' innovative projects, such as the creation of wow customer experiences, which often go beyond the expectations of traditional retail service. However, Zappos also faced challenges with its Agile implementation, particularly regarding the cultural adjustment to Holacracy. The transition to a flat hierarchy was met with some resistance from employees accustomed to traditional management structures. Additionally, Holacracy's emphasis on transparency and autonomy required a mindset shift for many, and the adjustment process took time and patience. Zappos responded to these challenges by investing in training and support systems to help employees adapt, along with regular reviews to address pain points and refine the process. Agile practices as a competitive advantage. Zappos' Agile transformation has contributed to its competitive advantage in the e-commerce market by allowing it to be more responsive to market trends and customer demands. Through an Agile approach, Zappos could respond more flexibly to changes, adapt its strategies quickly, and deliver innovative service improvements that helped retain customer loyalty. Zappos culture, core values and employee empowerment. At the heart of Zappos culture were 10 core values, including deliver wow through service, embrace and drive change, create fun and a little weirdness, and build a positive team and family spirit. These values encourage employees to bring their full selves to work and to create a vibrant, collaborative atmosphere. Zappos emphasized that a strong culture helps the company attract like-minded employees who not only excel in their roles but also foster a sense of community and shared purpose. Employees were encouraged to take ownership of their work, make independent decisions, and constantly seek innovative solutions. One of the defining elements of Zappos' workplace environment was its commitment to Holacracy, a management structure that replaces traditional hierarchies with self-organizing teams. This system empowered employees at all levels to contribute their ideas and lead initiatives, minimizing bureaucratic delays. Holacracy at Zappos allowed employees the autonomy to operate based on purpose, similar to how Agile principles advocated for teams to self-organize around a shared vision or project. By allowing employees to work without the constraints of rigid managerial levels, Zappos created a culture where everyone is accountable and motivated to contribute directly to the company's mission and values. Agile principles in Zappos culture. The Agile methodology emphasized adaptive planning, continuous improvement, and responding to change over adhering to a strict plan. Zappos' cultural values aligned closely with several Agile principles, including the focus on customer satisfaction, employee collaboration, and a readiness to adapt. For instance, the Agile principle of prioritizing customer satisfaction had mirrored in Zappos' dedication to exceptional service, which was part of the company's identity. Zappos employees were encouraged to make decisions that prioritized the customer experience, even if it meant going above and beyond traditional service standards. Another core Agile principle was fostering close, daily collaboration between cross-functional teams. Zappos promoted this by maintaining an open communication culture where all employees felt free to share ideas, which was facilitated through the holacratic structure. This enabled dynamic teams to work together, allowing them to adapt and respond quickly to changes and challenges, particularly in the fast-paced e-commerce industry. Teams could pivot easily without waiting for approval from multiple managerial levels, a flexibility that was also foundational to Agile's iterative and adaptable approach. Zappos also embodied Agile's focus on continuous improvement. Just as Agile teams performed retrospectives to assess and improve their processes, Zappos encouraged ongoing personal and professional development. Employees participated in regular training sessions, peer feedback, and leadership development programs that inspired them to improve their skills and contribute to the company's long-term success. Building a sustainable, Agile-inspired culture. Ultimately, Zappos' culture was successful not only because it fostered a positive work environment but also because it enabled a dynamic, customer-centered approach to business. By aligning its values with Agile principles such as customer focus, adaptability, and team empowerment, Zappos had built a company where employees were motivated to continuously innovate and improve. Through holacracy, Zappos had eliminated hierarchical barriers, making it easier for employees to adapt quickly, think creatively, and work collaboratively, all essential traits in today's fast-evolving market. Highest priority to satisfy customer. The Agile principle, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software, is fundamental to the Agile mindset, emphasizing the value of consistent customer satisfaction over static processes. Zappos had been a benchmark for customer centricity, demonstrating how this Agile principle can be applied effectively across an organization. Through its innovative practices, Zappos had shown how prioritizing customer satisfaction can drive not only its Agile initiatives but also its broader corporate culture, creating a unique environment where delivering value to the customer becomes an organization-wide commitment. From its founding, Zappos focused on one thing: customer service. The company realized that for an online retailer, where customers could not physically inspect products before buying, it was essential to build trust through every interaction. This focus on the customer aligned seamlessly with the Agile philosophy. Agile emphasized ongoing delivery of value and responsiveness to customer needs, which Zappos practiced by constantly refining its services based on customer feedback. For example, Zappos famously instituted a 365-day return policy, enabling customers to return products for a full year after purchase. This policy showed a deep understanding of the customer's needs for flexibility and assurance, demonstrating how continuous delivery of value and attention to customer satisfaction could foster loyalty and trust. In Agile, the commitment to satisfy the customer often required embracing change, which Zappos had done by building a flexible organizational culture. Unlike traditional retail, Zappos avoided scripted interactions and empowered its customer service agents to make real-time decisions, encouraging them to go above and beyond for each customer. This non-hierarchical approach empowered employees, resembling Agile's emphasis on self-organizing teams. At Zappos, employees did not have to adhere to rigid structures or rely on managerial approvals for each decision, allowing them to respond to customer needs quickly and creatively. This flexibility demonstrated a commitment to adapting as needed to meet customer satisfaction, much like Agile teams adjust their work continuously based on feedback. One way Zappos practiced continuous delivery of value is through personalized customer experiences. Every interaction with a Zappos customer service agent was an opportunity to create a positive experience, regardless of the inquiry's complexity. Agents were encouraged to focus on the conversation and create a wow factor in each call. This level of care reflected Agile's dedication to delivering valuable software continuously by delivering positive customer experiences at every opportunity. These interactions act as incremental deliveries of value, making Zappos customers feel recognized and valued each time they reach out, whether for a purchase or simply for support. Furthermore, Zappos relied heavily on customer feedback, using it as a key driver of its continuous improvement processes. This aligned closely with Agile's focus on iterative feedback, where customer input directly informed future developments. By constantly asking customers for input and making adjustments to improve their experience, Zappos embodies Agile's continuous delivery mindset. Zappos also used this feedback loop to adapt its product offerings and improve internal processes, ensuring that customer needs are consistently met, often before they even arise. Zappos exemplifies how an organization can make satisfying the customer its highest priority, as espoused by Agile principles. By empowering employees, encouraging continuous adaptation, and focusing on positive customer experiences, Zappos has created a culture where every team member is aligned with the goal of delivering value to the customer. This Agile-inspired focus on customer satisfaction has enabled Zappos to create lasting loyalty and brand success, proving that customer centricity is not only an Agile principle but also a powerful business strategy. Welcome change, anytime. The Agile principle of welcoming changing requirements, even late in development, reflected a core tenet of flexibility and responsiveness in project management. It prioritized the customer's evolving needs, allowing organizations to adapt their work as those needs shift. Zappos had demonstrated how embracing change can lead to exceptional customer service and operational resilience. Zappos' approach to accommodating change shows how this Agile principle can be successfully integrated into business practices, driving sustained customer satisfaction and organizational agility. In traditional retail models, rigid planning had often locked teams into predetermined courses of action, leading to challenges when responding to shifting customer demands. However, Zappos' unique organizational philosophy, which placed customer satisfaction above all else, allowed it to implement Agile-inspired adaptability across its entire operation. By welcoming changes based on customer feedback, Zappos enhanced its services continuously, even if adjustments came late in the process. This adaptability reflected the Agile value of responsiveness, positioning Zappos to better anticipate and fulfill customer needs in real time. One of Zappos' standout practices was its policy of giving customer service agents the autonomy to make decisions independently, allowing them to adapt to each customer's specific situation. For example, Zappos customer service agents were empowered to go the extra mile to make customers happy, whether that meant arranging overnight shipping, providing detailed product information, or extending return policies. This flexibility allowed them to meet changing requirements immediately, even if they arose unexpectedly during a customer interaction. This policy of unscripted service, where agents were not limited to preset responses, aligned closely with Agile's call for welcoming change, thereby reinforcing Zappos' commitment to adjusting to real-time needs to improve the customer experience. Additionally, Zappos' approach to customer feedback represented an iterative process. Customer feedback is consistently reviewed. Any trends or specific requests often lead to quick changes in policies, website features, or product offerings. For instance, if customers frequently suggested an improvement, such as expanding product photos or adding video reviews, Zappos teams worked to implement these changes, even if they arose during ongoing development cycles. This commitment to integrating customer feedback late in development demonstrated a key Agile concept: accommodating new requirements that add value. By constantly iterating based on feedback, Zappos built a sense of trust and responsiveness, helping it remain a favored brand among online shoppers. Furthermore, Zappos had embraced change on an organizational level, notably through its transition to a holacracy structure. In a holacracy, roles were fluid, and team members could adapt to various tasks based on evolving company and customer needs. This structure allowed Zappos to respond more effectively to market shifts and customer demands, removing hierarchical bottlenecks that could impede change. By aligning the company's internal structure with agile principles, Zappos created a flexible environment that welcomed adaptation, making it easier to respond to new requirements as they arose. Business people and developers must work together. Zappos practiced the principle of business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project by fostering an environment where collaboration across departments was encouraged, seamless, and ultimately served the needs of the customer. At Zappos, the idea of cross-functional collaboration was embedded within the company culture. While traditional organizations often created silos between business, development, and customer service teams, Zappos operated with a unique level of transparency and interaction between different roles. This approach aligned well with Agile's emphasis on teamwork and cross-functional communication, ensuring that developers, customer service agents, marketing, and business managers remain in sync on customer needs and company goals. By bringing together these groups, Zappos was able to drive continuous improvement in its services, responding to market changes and customer demands with agility. One of the main ways Zappos facilitated this collaboration was through its embrace of a holacracy, a non-hierarchical organizational structure that encouraged open communication and fluid roles. In a holacracy, teams could adapt quickly to shifting responsibilities, which allowed for smoother collaboration between business and development teams. By eliminating traditional hierarchies, Zappos ensured that developers and business leaders could work directly together without being hindered by a rigid chain of command. This structure provided an agile environment where developers were involved in decision-making, allowing them to better understand the business objectives and customer needs they are working to fulfill. Collaboration at Zappos often resulted in rapid, iterative responses to customer feedback. For example, when customer service agents reported trends or issues raised by customers, they collaborated directly with developers and product teams to discuss possible solutions. In some instances, customers expressed difficulty navigating the Zappos website or finding specific information about products. In that case, customer insights were quickly communicated to the development team, who then worked with business teams to prioritize and implement changes. This interaction allowed Zappos to quickly deploy updates that improved the user experience, reflecting an agile approach of delivering value through collaboration. Furthermore, at Zappos, product development teams frequently met with customer service and marketing teams to discuss trends, challenges, and new opportunities. These open lines of communication allowed each team to understand the broader context of their work and ensure that any development aligns with the overall business strategy. When a new feature or service was proposed, business leaders worked closely with developers to ensure it was technically feasible, customer-centered, and aligned with Zappos' brand. This collaboration helped the team avoid potential roadblocks, allowing for a smoother and faster implementation process that ultimately benefited the customer. By making collaboration a core part of its culture, Zappos could respond rapidly to market changes and meet customer needs. This teamwork across departments enabled Zappos to maintain its reputation for excellent service while continuously improving its operations and product offerings. Zappos demonstrated how an agile principle of daily collaboration between business people and developers can lead to a unified approach where each team contributes to delivering exceptional value to the customer. Build projects around motivated individuals. The Agile principle, build projects around motivated individuals, emphasized the critical role that passionate, committed team members play in delivering high-quality products and services. At Zappos, this principle is not only followed but woven into the fabric of its organizational structure. By fostering an environment where employees were motivated, empowered, and genuinely excited about their work, Zappos exemplified how agile practices could be adopted beyond software development to create an innovative and adaptive organization. Empowerment through holacracy. One of the most significant steps Zappos has taken to build projects around motivated individuals is its adoption of holacracy, a decentralized management system that replaced traditional hierarchies with self-organized teams. In a holacracy, employees were given the freedom and authority to make decisions in their areas of expertise, reducing dependency on top-down directives and promoting autonomy. This system directly supported the Agile principle by placing motivated individuals at the center of project execution, allowing them to take ownership of their roles. Instead of waiting for approval from managers, employees at Zappos could make real-time decisions, a process that both accelerated project timelines and kept individuals engaged. By reducing bureaucratic obstacles, holacracy enabled Zappos team members to focus on delivering value in their projects. A culture of trust and passion. Zappos had long been known for its strong focus on culture and values, starting with the hiring process. Candidates were selected based not only on their skills but also on their alignment with the company's core values, such as delivering wow through service, embracing change, and pursuing growth. This cultural fit was crucial in ensuring that employees were genuinely motivated and invested in Zappos' mission. By aligning employees' values with those of the organization, Zappos had been able to maintain a high level of passion and commitment across its teams. This sense of belonging and shared purpose motivated employees to go above and beyond, making them more engaged and proactive in their projects. Supporting personal development. To keep employees motivated, Zappos encouraged continuous learning and personal development. The company provided a wide range of resources, including mentorship, online courses, and development programs, to help employees grow their skills and pursue their interests. This approach aligned with the Agile emphasis on building projects around individuals who were not only motivated but also continuously improving. When individuals felt they were progressing and expanding their skill sets, they were more likely to stay motivated and perform at a high level. Zappos' commitment to personal growth also fostered an environment where employees felt supported and valued, which in turn drove innovation and dedication in their projects. Encouraging innovation and experimentation. At Zappos, innovation and experimentation were actively encouraged, enabling employees to take creative risks without fear of failure. This freedom to experiment was central to keeping individuals motivated, as it allowed them to think outside the box and explore new ideas without the constraints of rigid corporate expectations. The organization's culture of experimentation directly supported Agile's principles, allowing motivated employees to contribute to projects in ways that might not align with conventional practices. For example, Zappos had experimented with various forms of customer service innovations, including its famously lenient return policies and unconventional customer interactions, which employees could contribute to and shape directly. By giving employees the space to innovate, Zappos empowered motivated individuals to impact the business significantly. Customer-centric and agile orientation. Finally, Zappos' customer-centric focus aligned perfectly with Agile principles, ensuring that motivated individuals contributed to projects that have real impact and purpose. Every employee understood the importance of delivering exceptional customer service, which remained at the heart of all projects. Knowing that their work directly influenced customer satisfaction further motivated employees to stay committed to their roles. Zappos reinforced this through its customer loyalty team, where employees were encouraged to create personalized experiences for customers, instilling a sense of pride and motivation in their daily tasks. Challenges. Zappos faced significant challenges in implementing agile practices and principles. Shifting to an agile approach required Zappos to rethink its traditional structures and adapt to a new way of working. Although agile offered the promise of flexibility, speed, and improved team dynamics, several key challenges emerged as the company attempted to make this shift. Cultural resistance. One of the biggest challenges Zappos encountered was resistance to change among employees. Zappos already had a strong culture built around autonomy, creativity, and customer-centric values, but Agile introduced a new way of thinking. Many employees were accustomed to traditional roles, clear reporting structures, and familiar workflows, making the transition to Agile's cross-functional teams and iterative processes difficult. Some employees found it challenging to adjust to the new mindset that required continuous adaptation, feedback loops, and an experimental approach to problem-solving. Changing deeply ingrained mindsets and overcoming resistance required time, communication, and considerable support from leadership. Cohesion versus decentralization. With agile practices, Zappos decentralized decision-making to empower teams and allow them to operate autonomously. While this empowered employees and increased innovation, it also introduced challenges in maintaining a unified organizational vision. Teams working independently on various projects sometimes struggled to stay aligned with Zappos' overall goals and brand identity. Ensuring that each team's work aligned with company objectives required a more robust system of communication, coordination, and continuous alignment, which Zappos had to build into its agile framework to prevent fragmentation of vision and mission. Customer focus versus rapid iteration. Zappos' reputation was built on exceptional customer service, and maintaining this focus was critical during the transition to agile. However, the agile principle of rapid iteration sometimes conflicted with Zappos' dedication to a high-quality customer experience. Frequent changes or incremental product updates could potentially disrupt the customer experience or fail to meet high service standards. Balancing the need for agile experimentation and iteration with the company's customer-first philosophy was a delicate act, requiring careful planning and prioritization to avoid compromising service quality. Adapting roles and responsibilities. In traditional organizations, roles are clearly defined, and employees typically specialize in specific functions. However, agile practices emphasize cross-functional teams and shared responsibilities, which could blur role boundaries. At Zappos, this shift in responsibilities was challenging for employees who were used to a more defined scope of work. Training and development initiatives were needed to help employees acquire new skills and adapt to the collaborative, multifaceted roles required in an agile environment. Managers, too, had to adjust to a less directive style, transitioning to roles as coaches and facilitators, which was a significant adjustment for some. Communication and coordination. The decentralized nature of agile teams at Zappos brought challenges in communication and coordination, particularly as teams began working more autonomously. Ensuring that everyone was on the same page required consistent communication channels and mechanisms for information sharing. The company faced hurdles in creating an effective system that allowed teams to stay informed about each other's progress and stay aligned with overall goals. Without clear communication strategies, there was a risk of teams operating in silos, making it difficult to achieve synergy and consistency across the organization. Addressing these challenges required Zappos to invest in change management, enhance communication systems, provide role-specific training, and maintain a focus on customer satisfaction. The company's ability to adapt, remain patient, and prioritize a gradual shift allowed it to overcome these obstacles and harness the benefits of Agile, ultimately positioning Zappos to continue its legacy of innovation and excellent customer service. Agile and role of leader. Tony Hsieh, the late CEO of Zappos, was known for his transformative and people-centered leadership style. His approach to leadership, centered on empowering employees, fostering innovation, and creating a unique work culture, played a crucial role in Zappos' success and paved the way for the company's agile transformation. Hsieh's influence was not just in how he ran Zappos, but also in how he inspired a shift towards agile practices, even if he did not directly manage agile methodologies himself. People-centric leadership. Hsieh was deeply committed to creating an employee-centered culture, which he believed would ultimately benefit both customers and the company's bottom line. His belief was that happy employees lead to happy customers, a philosophy that resonated throughout Zappos. By focusing on employee satisfaction, Hsieh created an environment where people felt valued, motivated, and empowered to contribute to Zappos' mission. This people-first mindset aligned well with the agile principle of individuals and interactions over processes and tools, as Hsieh's leadership empowered employees to work collaboratively and take ownership of their roles. When Zappos began to consider implementing agile practices, Hsieh's focus on employee empowerment eased the transition. Agile required a degree of autonomy, and Hsieh's established culture of trust made employees more receptive to self-organization, a core component of Agile. His approach prepared employees to work in cross-functional teams, make decisions collaboratively, and communicate openly, key aspects of Agile. Emphasis on innovation and experimentation. Shea encouraged a culture of experimentation, where employees were not only permitted but encouraged to test new ideas. His openness to trying new methods aligned with the iterative and adaptive nature of Agile. Agile's focus on experimentation, frequent feedback, and quick pivots was a natural fit with Shea's philosophy, as he believed that constant innovation was essential for staying competitive in the fast-changing e-commerce landscape. In fostering a culture where failure was seen as a learning opportunity, Shea helped Zappos create an environment where Agile could thrive. His approach allowed teams to experiment with Agile methodologies, make mistakes, and learn from them without fear of reprisal. This freedom to experiment with Agile practices enabled Zappos to iterate its approach, adapt Agile principles to its unique culture, and gradually integrate them into the organization's processes. Holacracy and Agile transformation. In 2013, Shea implemented Holacracy, a self-management system that flattened organizational hierarchy and encouraged distributed decision-making. Holacracy's emphasis on self-organizing teams and accountability complemented Agile's collaborative framework, enabling Agile principles to flourish. While Holacracy and Agile are different systems, both promoted autonomy, transparency, and empowerment, allowing Zappos employees to make decisions that drove projects forward. Shea saw Holacracy as a means to support a culture of Agile work, allowing teams to self-organize and reducing the need for traditional management. This model aligned with Agile's decentralized nature, as it enabled teams to take ownership, make decisions faster, and adapt to changes more flexibly. While Holacracy itself presented challenges, it laid the groundwork for Zappos to adopt Agile practices on a large scale, creating a culture where employees were equipped to take on Agile roles and responsibilities. Vision and adaptive leadership. Shea's long-term vision for Zappos extended beyond traditional corporate goals. He wanted to build a company that prioritized happiness, creativity, and adaptability. His focus on adaptability prepared Zappos for Agile's iterative nature, enabling the company to evolve and respond to challenges dynamically. Shea was an adaptive leader who valued continuous improvement, a mindset that made the transition to Agile smoother and less disruptive. Agile benefits. Implementing Agile practices allowed Zappos to break down larger teams into smaller, cross-functional groups, facilitating faster decision-making and clearer communication pathways. Agile's emphasis on flexibility and responsiveness helped Zappos to manage its growing complexity while remaining aligned with its core values. Agile practices allowed Zappos to experiment and innovate continuously, responding faster to market demands and customer feedback. Agile's iterative process enabled teams to implement incremental changes, test ideas, and pivot as needed without major disruptions, allowing the company to stay on the cutting edge of the market. Agile allowed the company to keep customers at the center of every decision. Regular feedback loops ensured that customer insights directly influenced product updates, service improvements, and company policies. This alignment allowed Zappos to deliver value consistently, stay responsive to customer needs, and uphold its reputation for exceptional service. Agile practices promote collaboration, self-organization, and accountability, which suited Zappos' cultural vision perfectly. By adopting Agile principles, Zappos was able to give teams more control over their projects, allowing employees to take ownership, make decisions quickly, and feel more engaged in their work. The Agile model provided a framework for distributing authority in ways that matched Zappos' commitment to empowerment and transparency. Agile's emphasis on transparency, continuous improvement, and frequent communication helped address these internal challenges. Agile provided a structured yet flexible approach to problem solving, encouraging open communication and reducing the barriers that lead to internal frustrations. Agile practices allowed Zappos to create an environment where employees felt heard, valued, and empowered to innovate. Statistics underscore the success of Agile practices at Zappos. According to a 2019 internal survey, 80% of employees reported increased job satisfaction since the implementation of Holacracy. This shift not only empowered employees but also led to a 20% increase in productivity, as teams became more focused on delivering value to customers without the delays typically associated with hierarchical approval processes. Moreover, Zappos experienced a significant improvement in its Net Promoter Score, NPS, which measures customer loyalty and satisfaction. The company's NPS rose by 15 points within the first year of implementing agile practices, illustrating the positive impact on customer experience. Furthermore, agile practices enabled Zappos to enhance its responsiveness to market trends. The company's ability to launch new products and initiatives more rapidly became a competitive advantage. For instance, in 2020, Zappos successfully introduced a new line of eco-friendly footwear in just 3 months, a time frame that would have been challenging under traditional organizational structures. This quick turnaround not only met growing consumer demand for sustainable products but also reinforced Zappos' brand as a leader in innovation. The results of Zappos' agile transformation extend beyond employee satisfaction and productivity. The company also reported a 30% reduction in operational costs over 2 years, attributed to improved efficiency and streamlined processes. This reduction allowed Zappos to invest further in customer experience initiatives, enhancing its reputation as a customer-centric organization. Moreover, Zappos' commitment to agile principles has cultivated a culture of continuous improvement. Teams regularly engage in retrospectives, assessing their performance and identifying areas for growth. This ongoing evaluation ensures that Zappos remains adaptable and can swiftly pivot in response to customer feedback or market shifts.